We have Iran, its proxy Hezbollah on the Lebanon border to the north. We have Iran trying to make inroads into the Golan. What are Iran's goals here? Why would it want to encircle Israel the way it is doing?
They are 100% committed to their ideology, and this ideology is about uniting the Middle East, what they call the Islamic peoples, with Mecca and Medina. This is their goal, Mecca and Medina.
This is Iran's goal.
Iran's goal. They want to go to Mecca and Medina because from there they will control the Muslim world, and then, you know, they spread out to Latin America, North America, Europe.
It's an expansionist, revolutionary ideology.
Exactly. And what they see now in the Middle East is, after the 2011 Arab Spring, a lot of conflicts, civil wars, and great many of them were actually unleashed by Iran. Definitely Iraq, because America pulled out. Iraq was functioning fantastically in 2011. Americans won the war big time. It was hard, but they won the war, 8 years, and they won the war. And they said, okay, Iran, come on, take care of Iraq. Iran destroyed it. They destroyed they destroyed the Sunnis, and here you have ISIS. Same with Syria. You had peaceful demonstrations, wanted to change the regime, not against anybody, even not against Assad. Just go, let us live. No, Iran was entered in, and they destroyed Yemen, all of that.
And the
idea is to cause as many civil wars across the Middle East, so the Arab world would decline, and then they will be able to encircle Israel, destroy Israel, and they speak all the time about this Quds force. Quds is Jerusalem. But for Shiites, Jerusalem is not holy at all. Right. It's only for the Sunnis. So it's a hoax. Yeah. But they want to destroy Israel so they can reach to Mecca and Medina. Yeah. That's the issue.
Fascinating. And we're talking about peace plans, and we have obviously the Iran nuclear deal, Dan, which was a disaster on many levels. It hasn't seemed to temper Iran's bad behavior one bit. Iran remains on the march across the region and sponsoring terror.
Iran now has hundreds of millions of dollars to back the Hezbollah, to back even Sunni terror organizations like Hamas, like the Islamic Jihad. They are the organizations, as Dr. Pardo said so well, that surround Israel. Syria is its state sponsor. Israel is a state proxy in the north. Lebanon to the north, Hamas in Gaza, and then we have Islamic Jihad, Al-Aqsa Martyrs Brigade in Judea and Samaria. So really, Israel is literally surrounded by these proxy organizations.
And real quick, I want to ask you about ISIS as well, Dan, but real quick, that Hezbollah threat, just real quick for our audience, give an idea of how serious that Hezbollah threat is, the rocket and missile arsenal, how it covers literally every inch of Israel.
I can tell you this, Eric, and this is unknown in the West. In what's called the Matkal, which is the military general staff, it is known that the major strategic threat against Israel is actually the Hezbollah missile and rocket threat from southern Lebanon. They have in excess, it is estimated, of 100,000 rockets and guided missiles that can hit any square kilometer in Israel.
Where we're sitting right now in Jerusalem.
And those directions and the salaries come out of Iran, and the ideology comes out of Iran. So Israel is much more concerned about that problem more than the actual nuclear development problem today of Iran, even though the deal, as you mentioned before, frees up Iran to worsen its behavior, to back these organizations, and to continue to march in order to take over the Middle East, as is their plan. Even
the nuclear issue is far from being solved. It's a kind of an illusion. Rouhani did the same trick in 2003. They say, okay, we know everything that we know.
Moderate Rouhani.
He's not moderate.
Of course
he's not moderate. He was involved in terrorism. He's involved in.
Of course.
I mean, he's the best friend of Khamenei. That the concept is, we know everything that we need to know about enrichment. We have an amount of enriched uranium. That's fine. Now we have to develop the missiles. We have to develop the bombing. We have to develop the cyber. We need an air force. We need this. So we have now 10 years to build all of that. And 10, 15 years down the line, they'll have missiles, even nuclear missiles, threatening Israel's allies, threatening Israel,
Threatening the United States.
Threatening America,
Threatening the
which
United States.
we are going to come back right after the break and talk about that, gentlemen. We still have to get to ISIS. Unfortunately, they're still around, but taking some lumps here in the Middle East, which is a good thing. Gentlemen, more about the ideology and why it matters for America in particular. After the break, folks, much more with Dan Diker, Dr. Eldad Pardo. It's the Watchman. It's Christians United for Israel, only right here on TBN from Jerusalem. Stick around.